Hey, well, it's Wednesday there, December the 2nd, and I wanted to go over a fight that's getting ready to happen between Paul Williams and Sergio Martinez, and that's going to be on December 5th. And we have, Sergio, first I'll break down the fighters, and then I'll give my prediction, which I've whiffed the last couple fights, but hey, you'll have that. Uh, can't get them all right. If I did, the guys in Vegas would come and they would find me and drag me off. I'd be out in the desert. So I purposely whiff a couple fights, just so they don't, get me. That's what I do. Yeah. Anyway, Sergio Martinez just came off a draw with Kermit Cintron. Not really, who's a blown up welterweight. Has previously lost, been knocked out by Antonio Margarito a couple times, but we all know the Margarito thing. Anyway, he really pretty much he kind of like knocked him out in the seventh round, but the fight wound up going 12, and he lost a point for rabid punches in the 12th, and somehow there was a majority draw in there. KO'd Saul Roman in 4, who's a legit 154-pound guy. Beat Alex Bonima. Yeah, yeah. He holds his hands too low when he fights. He is a decent boxer. He's got decent speed. He's not overly active. He's holds his right hand way too low. He's got good reach for his height. 5'11", 76-inch reach. That's normally pretty good, especially if you're a middleweight or a light middleweight. What is that? Super welterweight, light middleweight. That's confusing weight there at 154. But he has fought a lot of bums. 6 of his last 12 opponents had like really bad records, losing records, like 3-34 bad. So he's very open to get hit. That's one of his downfalls. He doesn't have great power. He's only at a 51% knockout ratio. He's 44 1-2 with 24 knockouts. So he doesn't pack the wallop that you would expect. He can throw some punches. Looked like he hurt Cintron, but then again, Cintron, who's ever been against anybody that throws for power, they've hurt Cintron. They've been able to stand there and go against him. I believe in the Alex Bonima fight that was stopped. He looked like he was doing decent. He wasn't doing great. Anyway, go over to Paul Williams there. And obviously, this is the man that throws punches and bunches. He's one of the most feared fighters there is. There's no punch he can't throw from. He's 37-1, 27 knockouts, 71% knockout ratio. His only loss he avenged by a first-round knockout, Quintana. Coming off of a very impressive win over there with Winky Wright. That went the distance, but then again, Winky Wright's a full-fledged 160-pound man, and he's probably one of the best middleweights, in the last 15 years. So, I know he took some time off and things like that, but the fight still, he beat him. I mean, he beat him. So he hit Winky Wright more than Winky Wright had ever been hit before in his life. But you can still go back. Winky Wright did take 2 years off, with the draws that he had, and so I think he got some bum deals, but he still beat him, and he beat him up pretty good. He went Verno Phillips. That was the first time in 20 years that Verno Phillips had been stopped. Now, granted, Verno Phillips 40 years old, but in his last fight, he just beat up Corey Spinks. So it's not like Verno Phillips is a bum. I mean, this is a legitimate, world-class fighter, and he beat the guy that's ranked one spot higher than Martinez is ranked right now. So, when you look at this and you see it, sure, Paul Williams has only fought a couple guys over the 147 mark. But man, when he's fought him, he beat him up, legitimately beat him up. He's very active. He has a nice jab, but he drops his left. Both these guys are left-handed. Just throwing that out there. He's good combos. He throws. He can throw every kind of punch, as I already said. His D's not great, but his O is his D. It is because he throws a lot of the punches and stuff like that. He hits from so many different angles. Fighters tend to wind up covering up more than throwing punches, because if they did, they could hit him. You know, he's starting to sit on his punches a bit more, so his punch volume is going down just a little bit, not an immense amount, but we're talking about 10 to 15 punches a round. Legitimately, he's going down. And saying that, you know, because he's sitting on his punches, he's trying to get more of the impressive wins, because at his age, at 27, 28, in the prime of his career, he should be getting the huge fights, the money fights, but people are ducking him left and right. I mean, he's a dangerous guy, 6'1", 82-inch reach. A lot of guys, you know, them lighter weights aren't going to want to fight a guy like that. One, because he's a lot taller, and two, he's got arms that look like they, you know, he's like a really thin gorilla. Yeah, because if he was a gorilla, he'd have huge arms, but he's not. He's small. Maybe chimpanzee arm. I don't know. I need to get off that though. Anyway, he's a great body puncher. I was gonna say good, but he's great. He really commits to the body and throws that, and he likes to get inside there. And when people say inside, he doesn't have to get inside because he's got an 82-inch reach. So while he is fighting you inside, he's still keeping some distance. But like in saying that, he doesn't use his reach as much lately as he could. With the 82-inch reach, he could just stand back and pot shot people, but because he's sitting down on his punches a little more, he closes that gap, and he can get hit with a lot more shots. Now, he wasn't, I mean, you saw it against Winky, you saw it against Vernon Phillips. Now, he wasn't going to KO Winky, but he was just going to beat him like a dog. He's obviously fought the better opponents than Martinez. So, with all that in there, and I mentioned that he drops his left, right, when he throws his jab. Jab just drops. Anyway, throws. So, I mean, going over all that, both these guys have the potential to connect at well over 40% because of the way they throw, how active they are, and stuff like that. But I think with the reach advantage and the and power and stuff like that, I think Sergio Martinez is going to be in for some serious trouble. This isn't Cintron, who only throws 50, 55 punches a round. You know, this is a legit guy that can get you out of there, and he hits in volume. He works you in ways other fighters don't, because he does the body, because he can go to the head, and he's a great boxer. Very, very good boxer. I can't say great. I mean, there's only a few greats. So after looking at all that, I think Paul Williams takes this fight. I don't think it goes the distance. I think Paul Williams gets him in the 8th, 9th round, and stops him from sheer punch volume. You know, finally overcomes this guy because he's just too open. Sergio Martinez is just too open for the shots, and I think he can expose that with him. Martinez just doesn't have the resume, the quality of opponents that Williams has, believe it or not, with everybody ducking him that they have. You know, the people they put in front of him, he beats up pretty good. So there's my prediction. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to try and get a couple more of these out, you know. Hopefully I get a couple more right, get that streak going again, alright? Alright, well, hey, I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is the Big Ragu. I'm out.